Hi, this is Piia.
And this is Edward, and today we're talking about my experience as a Chinese guy dating an Arab girl.
In my previous video, I talked about what it's like dating as an Arab woman abroad, especially here in Canada. And today we're gonna talk about what it's like dating...
For me, dating her.
An Arab
Opposite,
girl.
yeah. So what?
From his perspective.
All the good and all the bad. First thing dating you is you're very family oriented. I'm not sure if it's just you or if it's an Arab girl thing. Is it Arab girl thing?
It is an Arab thing for
An
sure.
Arab thing, yeah. There's always a lot of like family gatherings, a lot of going to see tetas, spending time with cousins and aunts. And that's one thing I noticed when I was dating Piia, especially since I've been to Lebanon before. So basically dating her, you have to really get along with her family.
He actually got really well with everyone, especially my dad. Him and my dad are just completely in their own environment, talking and spending all the time together.
We're friends.
And everyone else is minding their own business, so they're really close. And that's like a big relief for me.
I mean, I don't know what would have happened if I didn't get along with your family. Do you think you would not like to be with me?
That is a big scare for sure. I personally, it wouldn't affect me, but I know for other Arab girls, it would be a deciding factor.
With family oriented, like, because the family unit is so strong in Arab culture, that it applies for outside of her own family, like my family as well. For example, she spends a lot of time with my mom. They cook together, they do things together, they go out together, they shop together, and then she also spent a lot of time seeing my grandpa when he was in the retirement home as well. So that has to come from a degree of family orientedness, you know, like you view the family as very, very important.
Yeah, I do.
So
yeah, it's very important to me.
yeah, if your partner is family oriented, which I am, because I'm from Chinese culture, your Lebanese culture is actually a really good mix. Oh. Is your family calling you?
No.
So point number 2, which is actually an extremely underrated benefit of dating Piia, and I think this is an Arab girl thing, I'm not exactly sure, but she's very protective of me. What I'm talking about is if anyone's ever talking anything bad about me, she'll always stand up for me.
That's true.
And it happens in like conversations, in big group conversations, like someone's joking, trolling, like saying insulting things about me, whether or not actually it's malicious or not. She's always like, no, that's not true. Edward is the most best man in the world. Edward is this, Edward is that. Edward is...
Because
like
I actually believe
protector.
so. It's not only because I want to protect or, you know, because I truly believe Edward is the best. And I don't like when someone stain his image or like say anything bad about him, because that's not true. So I just, you know, let them know that it's not the case.
It's actually a very nice thing to see because she'll like put herself out in the line in that social setting to kind of protect. Another thing that you do a lot is like, for example, let's say we just got into a fight, okay? So yes, I know it's hard to believe, we do get into fights sometimes, okay?
Normal.
Just off camera. But when we do get into fights, what happens is like she'll be super angry at me, except that she still won't say anything bad about me. Let's say like we just got in a fight and then she's talking with someone else. She'll never go and be like, oh my god, I can't believe my boyfriend did this, I can't believe did that, I can't believe...
I want to add as well, I also don't usually mention anything to anyone about us. Like I keep our relationship completely private in that sense.
Like you don't brag.
I don't brag,
but you don't nag.
Or even not even brag, like even like a neutral story. I just don't say it because I feel like people gossip a lot or could misinterpret and make it into their own story, which I really don't like, and I'd like to avoid. So this is why you won't see me talking about us or situations about us at all.
True, but the point is that you also don't nag.
Oh, absolutely
so
not. If I don't do that, I'm not gonna do the other.
You nag me, but you don't nag about me to other people.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. Does this apply to all Arab women? I think so.
I've heard that Arab women from like these memes and stuff are very fierce. Like they're always like protective of their husband. So I think that's maybe the case. Also, I think like with family as well. So I think they're just protective in general.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. We're very protective of our dear ones, whether it's your partner, family, or friends. And we're very loyal to them, you know?
Next point, which is kind of based on the previous thing that we're talking about. Arab girls, I think because they don't play games when they're in relationships, they become very loyal. So Pia's pretty loyal to me.
They become
Very
they're
loyal.
already
Okay,
loyal.
they are already very loyal. Pia's very loyal to
You
me.
can't become loyal.
Like for example, like you were filming a video with your friend that time. You were speaking Mandarin for the first time. You can roll this clip if you still have it, okay?
How do you say excuse me? If it's a guy, it'll just be like 帅哥. It's okay. We don't compliment guys. I'm already with Edward, so.
Then your friend was saying, yeah, in Chinese culture we often call like the waiter like good-looking boy or good-looking girl, and then Pio in the video was like, I wasn't there by the way. You're like, yes, no, I don't do that. I already have Edward. I don't want to give any messages. You know, so I was like, that is something that is like not even.
That's true, but this is like super minor, you know.
No. It's like you're watching even for these small things. I imagine Arab people, the culture is more traditional, right? So it's like you date to marry. So obviously if you're dating to marry, then you're gonna be loyal to that person. So that I think is where this loyalty comes from, and it's a really good thing.
Yeah, I would back this up. Of course, there are cases of infidelity, you know,
Does it happen a lot?
everywhere. I would say less likely for a woman, for an Arab woman. But there are cases, absolutely. I'm not trying to generalize it, but mostly, generally speaking, women are very loyal.
Another issue with Arab girls, here's a negative thing, okay? Is that you call everyone Habibi. So it's like, I don't know if you're loyal or not loyal. Yeah, you know what? Like you just made me think of something. It's like Habibi.
Habibi is
used
set
for me.
for everyone.
Tell me what the definition of Habibi.
What do I call you? Do I call you Habibi? I call you Elbi. I call you Amri. I call you Hayati.
Okay, I know
I don't
that's
call
true.
you Habibi. I leave Habibi for anyone else. You could say Habibi to a stranger, you know? If you want to be like casual with it's just setting a casual tone. You know, that's what it is.
Yeah. Like a taxi driver there is, hey Habib.
I
No, you
would-
don't. Girls
I
don't say it
would-
to guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't personally do
Yeah.
that. I only say Habibi like to my friends, to people I know. Like I wouldn't say it to a stranger.
Give the Habibi pass for still being loyal, okay? Okay, next up about Arab girls is that they're very traditional in the way that they care for their significant other. And I think recently, especially in the West, for some reason, that's getting like a big negative image. Sometimes some good old traditional values are very beneficial in a relationship. And that's what I feel Piia provides a lot for me. And I try to do the same as well, just in different ways, right? For example, whenever I come back from training, so I train martial arts, and then I've got like an injury here and there, like the first thing she'll do is like, come, I'll nurse it, like, you know, like she's like putting cream on it and stuff and like helping me bandage it up. It's so sweet. And every time I come back home, she'll always wave at me from the door, and it just like warms my heart when I'm coming in from the driveway. And then she's like, and then like she's like, come, I made dinner, I made food here. So it's all these small things that made me really, really appreciate your culture and how it comes from more of a traditional background, you know? So
Okay.
it's these things.
Can I say something?
Yeah, say something.
This is I wouldn't classify it as traditional.
You call it normal?
No, let me just say my opinion.
Okay.
I would say that's just comes out of acts of service, like a love language. That is one of a love language, which is acts of service. Like, how do I show you that I care for you? How do I show you that I love you? I do these things happily, not because it's a duty thing. Arabs in general, they love caring for their partner in that way. They really love caring for their family in that way.
Right.
And I think that's something really beautiful, you know?
Yeah, I think it's beautiful too, just like you. I think that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, it kind of reminds me of my culture. There's these things that you do for me that I would consider them as traditionally loving things that like a woman would do for her man. And it makes me really appreciate that. And I'm like, maybe it's because she's Arab. It comes natural. So that's what I'm thinking,
I think
you know?
so, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's the part of me being Arab,
Yeah.
my background, my upbringing, very, very likely that contributed to how I am today, for sure.
Next one. A lot of times when you're dating an Arab girl, her culture will start rubbing off on you. And I'm not sure if that's just like I think that's probably like every interracial,
Yeah, every
interracial couple
interracial
thing.
couple.
With the Arabs, because there's certain words they say so commonly that it becomes part of your vocabulary as well. For example,
Habibi,
yalla.
yalla,
Yeah, you know, it's like anjad,
anjad.
minish ma'ul, saraha. You know, stuff like that, you know, like, that's
That's-
one thing. Arab girls will try to make you watch Turkish soap operas with her.
I also watch a lot of like Lebanese and Arab series as well. You know?
I've just seen the Turkish ones.
Because recently I've been rewatching a few things.
Yeah.
But
I did watch Al-Arawabi School.
yeah.
Which was kind of impactful, pretty good.
You also watched, what was this Lebanese thing that we watched?
Haifa? No, Alwe. I just said her name. Haifa with one where there's gangsters in the mountains.
Yeah, I forgot the name.
So those are things that naturally you end up picking up on. Words, music, and soap operas.
And food.
Oh, and food, yes. How could I forget? Yeah, you end up eating a lot of Arabic food. Before I dated you, I didn't have extra virgin olive oil everywhere. Or rose water. Oh, and pita bread. Like, once pita bread is in the house, it's like all the utensils in the house disappeared for her. She's like, literally everything
But
you're
yeah,
trying
I know
to pick
with
up with pita
everything.
bread.
I know.
I haven't adopted that. I don't want to get my hands. I feel like I'm getting my hands dirty.
Dude, you eat the burger with your hands. What are you talking about? You eat fries with your hands.
I know, but I eat like this. Like I barely get
He doesn't like the fact that I use pita bread with my hands. He just doesn't like it. He's
But
like,
how else are you supposed to use pita bread?
Yeah, the only way you can use it is with your hands.
I don't like it. I just don't think it makes sense that you can pick up scrambled eggs with pita bread.
Yeah. It's like it protects your fingers from getting dirty. So you're like literally scooping the egg and then eating it. And it's even 10 times tastier.
So basically, since dating Piia, I became a semi-Arab. Overall, I think it's a very, very good experience dating an Arab girl. If you're genuinely looking for a life partner that can truly stand by your side and that is taking this seriously, if you're taking this seriously and that you really want to like build a future with, I think it's actually a really, really good thing because Arab girls have a lot of these values that really help a relationship grow.
I agree with most of the points he said actually. Yeah. Let us know if you want me to cover what's like dating an Asian guy in my next video.
Anyway, if you guys haven't watched Pia's last video, click here to watch her experience dating as an Arab girl and click here to watch a video that YouTube thinks you love.
Bye.
Bye.